Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Space Engineers. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Quantum Tater. Quantum Tater. Really quick, say hello. Oh, took damage. That's what you get for trying to breathe in space. Or something. I don't know. I don't know. Last time on Spaceball Z, what did we do? We did things and stuff and things. And those are things we did that were stuff. No, last time. We got this going. We have a welder over there that is not currently killing me because I have it turned off. We have this base, this thing. I did a little extra work on the off side of things, on the off-screen side of things, rather. I got this thing set up over here. I believe that John was throwing shade at my pirate-like guns, saying that's not very pirate-like, 2 Gatling guns, and that the disassembler was only dissing and not disassembling. You're correct. It was not complete yet. So, but what I did do, I did figure out, or I did basically get some stuff set up so I could start doing the drilling for cobalt. I set up a second arm. I relabeled all those things on this side here. I'm pointing it with my thing. Those are now mine 1, there's mine 2. I think I could set up a secondary controller and just run them in perpetuity to each other, but I don't need to do that. Also, I don't have seeds or any of those containers. So, that's what we did last time. We did some stuff. I can heal myself from here, which is a beautiful thing. What's our... Okay, let's go ahead and eat some snacks. A snack, because we need to get that underboard too. So it looks like Clyde said he doesn't like drilling big holes. I totally get it. I understand. Hey, look, it's our original iron hole that we're totally going to chop through at some point. He doesn't like drilling big holes like this, and I totally get it. And I normally don't either because it causes some lag. If we ever leave this place, this is going to be a thing that the thing has to continue to remember and render. But he uses the big thumpers, so he likes the idea of basically big thumpers at sites or more than one, and then large grid ship on Earth-like, flies around, collects the stuff, and large grid rover on places like Triton. I believe John also agreed with the thumper idea. Basically, set a thumper up, small amount of cargo or whatever, let it drill and get all that stuff, and then make trips to collect it and stuff like that. Clyde also threw shade at my sweet vehicle over here. I agree, it looks nothing like a bike. I don't love it, and in fact I would like to stockpile. I'm gonna actually grab this guy here. We're gonna set this to stockpile, and the reason we're gonna do that is primarily because I want these to be empty so that I can do some drilling on this. I need to get this thing pulled apart. We need cobalt to get these things finished. And I think what I want to do, I had this vision that this did not complete for me. This did not do the vision that I wanted it to. So I don't know. This ain't it, as the youth say. So what I might do, and what my thoughts kind of are, is basically, we can do this. No, that's not a bad one to have. What we might do here is we might just go in and build off of this, but not use this as the thing we're building. So that's what I want to do today. We're going to get this guy up and running. I'm going to start the mine over here to get cobalt processing. It looks like cobalt's pretty close. If we come over here and take a look, it is within reach of this thing. So we're going to kick this off and let it start going to work. Chad said, congratulations, I figured out the exit sorter. It only took forever, so thanks for that, Shade. And then he also said I could set up a sensor so that when I get into zap range, I could very easily unzap myself. I honestly am just not too worried about it. That's why I'm haven't done it. So let's go ahead and hit start, and let's see what this thing does. I have it already set up. It is already set up, and I did it's probably some aggressive drill out that I didn't need to do in order to get to this position. But I tried to do the same distance, 10 there, 10 from here and 10 to there. So I tried to kind of get that going. Obviously, this is going to get us a bunch of stone and no metal grids. So that's why we're going to change up a little bit how I've got this thing running, or how I'm going to make this thing look, because I think it'll look cooler and better and all those things. And so that's what I want to do, is get this thing up and running. And in order to do that, we're going to need at least, I think we're going saddle. And I'm going to do the one with it that's vented, so that I can very easily, it's gonna look dumb, but we're gonna have fun with this. So what I need to do is get some parts in my inventory because I don't have anything currently. Or I do have stuff, but it's nothing useful. And then, yeah, we're going to grab 100 of these, 100 of these, and 100 of these. That gives us the parts to build pretty much everything. This is going to get to work drilling out some stuff and some ice. We may need additional ice. Honestly, we may need additional things. What else? Yeah, so thumper on the magnesium, things like that. If anything, John said I still have some faffing about in order to get the thumper to collect. So normally I would go sleep this night off, but I think today I'm not going to sleep the night off, and I'll tell you why, specifically because I feel like, well, I don't want to sleep the night off specifically because I feel like, what do I feel like? I feel like, what is this? This is the short wheelbase left. Left is the other side, right? If we're looking at the vehicle from the front, yeah, left is here. Oh, you know what? I don't think that's the right block. No, you know what? That's okay. We get that's yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's fine. We're gonna have to do some work, is what's gonna have to happen. But I don't feel like um I don't feel like I know what I'm doing, is really what it comes down to, and that's fine. Does anybody know what they're doing? I'm sure some of you do. Chad, definitely, I agree. I could have a thing. I don't exactly know the range of the deal. Otherwise, I would totally be like, oh, I should definitely just do what you said and create a thing that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't know. So, because it's dark, I'm going to have my headlights on for all of this. We got to get some work done to get this thing going. I kind of am going to have to figure out how to do better with what I got, but I have this idea. So, uh-oh. That sounds like stuff's breaking. Huh. You know, I really thought I had more room than that. But when you start higher than you do lower, is this all the way up? It is. Oof. Okay, well, that's going to be a problem. You can already see it's going to be a problem. So what do we do about it? I think what we do first is we say, okay, what do we need to make this successful? We need one of these. And I don't know how to make this successful because I need it to be all the way around already. There we go. Oh, that's not going to work. Uh-oh. Poop. Well, you know what they say. When in doubt, blow it up. They don't say that, do they? No, they don't. Oh, look how much crap is in here. Ugh. Okay, let's go ahead and just start the dumping process now. Okay, so get this thing chopped down. Grab this. You know, what do you know? That I don't know what I don't know, but I do know that that didn't work out for me, so that's okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get this thing sorted here in a second. I knew that that was gonna be a problem, and I just didn't. I thought I had enough. I thought I'd done enough. I did not do enough. So in order to do enough, what are we gonna have to do for that? And I think the answer is not going to be something I care for, but let's go ahead and get this added. Attach piston head, weld that in place. We've got ourselves one of these here. I will say when I first built this up, I ran into quite a few problems in that I didn't have the I didn't have the necessary things set up to have what I needed it to have. Okay, so let's do this. Turn off. Turn off. Okay, so when we get into this, what do we got? Set the velocity to get get into this. We need to do a clear sweep of it, but I need to know the leading edge needs to have. I think I know what to do. I think this is what we're gonna do. I think we gotta go like this. And I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to turn this guy on. And I think we're gonna have to turn on terrain clearing mode. And then I think we're gonna have to go and hit set. Come over here, get some power really quick. This is really giving me a hiccup here, actually. Oh, please hold. Okay, we're back. A dinosaur story. I always say that. Nobody's seen the movie. Okay, so let's get this thing underway. If it goes the wrong way this time, by the way, if it decides to go the other direction, it is going the other direction. Shoot. Hurry! There we go. That'll fix the problem. That will fix the problem. I believe that's what we needed it to do. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, that should be... So this is the highest it's ever going to get. So drilling that stuff out the way I'm doing it, honestly, is probably the smartest move. If I turn this on and I go to terrain clearing mode and I just let it do drilling, that might be enough to get it to not scrape. I honestly don't know. And maybe I shouldn't worry about getting all this material. I feel like I'm worried I'm going to like run out of juice, but that's just not the case. So let's go ahead and like, it's just not the case. I don't think we're going to run into a situation. You're supposed to drill this kind of drill on a relatively flat space, and I didn't know that when I decided to set it up. So you can see why that might be an issue. But I can turn terrain clearing off pretty much once it's done making the full circle. And then, yeah, there we go. Bada boom, bada bing, Bob's your uncle, if you will. Okay, back to this nonsense. To be honest, I don't love this. I don't love it, so we're gonna undo it. Get rid of this. And, you know, honestly, I kind of want to detach the battery and reassociate it somewhere else. Because I do need cargo, but I don't think I need it the way I have it currently set up. And I'm not using this, I am using this for cargo, but for different reasons, you know? We're going to have to chop this off. And this guy. And probably this guy. We don't need that. But we could do... Yeah, we could do that. And then we could do... Let's see. We can chop... Yeah, this would be fine. Okay, so we got the battery off. That's beautiful. I think what we're going to do, we need number 9. Let's go ahead and stick that there and that there. And then... If I remember correctly, we just press 0, hold R, and then I can stabilize by... Ooh, hello. Good grief. This is very hard to get into position. Okay, that is clearly not the way to do that. Okay, now 0, pick this thing up. Okay, I hold control. And then I rotate via this. Why? Control, I think you have to do, I don't understand. Oh, Jesus. There's no way to, oh, I don't, it's just flopping about. That's insane. I need it to stop. I need it to stop like center snapping. See how it's continuously going back to this specific. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Aha! Look at that. It's like I know what I'm almost doing. That was so stupid. I apologize you had to watch that. Or I don't. I don't apologize because it's funny to watch people struggle. Mostly me, it feels like. I'm the struggler. That's okay. I think the cargo, I think this is slowly turning into not a cargo vehicle. That's my problem. That's my problem. I'm not making a vehicle for what I was planning to. I'm not making the vehicle for what I thought, what I intended it to be. You know, that's therein lies the problem, right? That's the issue. Where here I am making dumb vehicles that don't make sense, and that has become a universal sticking point. We need basically we need one of these, and then we need that, and then yeah, and then we're gonna get rid of that, rid of that. And I think what we're gonna do is the same thing we just tried to do, but in reverse, where I stick that there, I stick that, and then I go here. I need this attached. And then I press 0. Nope, that's the wrong button. Press 0. See? What is it? See how it's just going crazy and flipping? Ah, yeah, that's what's up. Okay. Now, what did I do? I've attached this wrongly. I need to detach this dumb thing and move it once more. So you live right there. Thank you. Stay right there. Stay right there. Perfect. Okay, and now back to the show. Gotta stick this there. Okay. And then I want this side right here. 9. Yeah, that's what I want. I want that to be like that. Okay. Here we go. Watch chaos unfold as we do. Is there a way to, nope, wrong thing. How do I control spin? I would like to spin this. See, now it's not spinning anymore. Do we do like this? No. This button? No. I wonder if I can get it to bing. You know, I learned all the controls to use this thing, and it is now. Like, because it's not letting me rotate for some reason, it's behaving very weirdly. I'm having to do it with like my manual hands. Anyways, okay, so look at that. We've got ourselves A really dumb design. That's perfect right there. I think what we need is this. Actually, we might need, let's go ahead and just go 4 across. And then, what is this? This is the left side, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so this is the design. And we're gonna need to lift this thing off the ground for sure. So what we can do for that, I'll have to grab a piston. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna run over here really quick, charge ourselves up, eat some food because we need to, because I'm not paying attention to that like I should, and I'm gonna have to eat food like a beast. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn on the welder. And then I should make a button for that, honestly. Why are we stuck? Oh, we're stuck because of you. Because the thing I didn't unstick. Okay, back to terrain clearing mode. My bad. There we go. Welder. I guess I could determine how close I need to be to the welder for it to be real bad for me. But let's go ahead and take. So we need to get one of these bad boys here. Plate, mag plate, right? Could I please? Why can't I place a plate right there? It's just being a punk. Okay, cool. Well then, you know what you do. Yeah, I don't know what you do. We're just gonna say reverse. Switch lock. Oh! Well, I have good news. I can at the very least add the wheels. So that's nice. Oh my gosh, this is terrible, guys. Why do we even? Why? Why do we even? Okay, so if I grab the wheel on this side here and I say, you come this way. There we go. Well, I can pick up this whole thing. Yes, okay. Now what we need to do is we need to turn this to auto. And then we can add a wheel there. There we go. What could go wrong here? This looks like a perfectly well and good idea, right? No bad can come from this scenario right here. We did make a slight mistake, and that I have no way to charge this freaking thing. But I don't need a way to charge it technically yet. So what if I just, I don't, man. You know what the stupid thing is? Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna fly. That's right. Using my super tater powers, I think I have enough lift to almost get this thing. I don't. I don't have enough lift. I lied. It's inaccurate. And it's an inaccurate assessment of the situation. Okay, so what if I do this? What if we go wheels? This is going to be a short-lived project, guys. That's what I've just decided. From the power rating height offset, we're going to whoop all the way up. And then, oh, I don't have, before we get too crazy with the cheese whiz, we need to do handbrake on and off. Because otherwise I'm going to break some stuff. And then what else do we need? We need this right here. We need the, we need this guy right here. Perfect. And then I had a plan. My other plan was this. I was going to basically come over here and do one of these guys here for a thrust. Because I thought, oh, you know, it'd be cool. What if I had myself like full on couple of jump jets, you know? I thought that'd be awesome. And then I could fly about and I could be like, wow, but this thing is so long. But I was thinking, oh, this will get me to where I need to go quicker. And then I could turbo boost, and this was my plan. Is it a good plan? No, 100% not. It's probably the worst plan we've ever had. It's definitely too low from a perspective of anything useful. It doesn't do anything like it's supposed to. I think it could be cool. I just think I built it wrong. That's what I think, and that's fine. That wouldn't be the first time, right? I build shit wrong all the time. That's the appeal of the channel, honestly. Can quantum build it wrong? It's like a mantra. Let's see. We should have. Okay, now we should be able to place this, which will make this so much easier to utilize. We can't. Why can't I place this? There you go. Thank you for your time and patience. All right, beautiful. Look at that. Now we've got ourselves some potential. I can do some work that is perhaps unnecessary but useful work. I think we do, if we do like this, we do a T junction and then some straights and then this. That way it's all connected, right? And it doesn't need to be connected, but that then allows us to build downward, which means I can cut this off and I can do this shape here and that shape there. And then I can do this. This shape here, that shape there. Um, and this will give us some protection from what my previous problem. This was right. We need right foot. Right leg right there. Beautiful. Okay. We need a left. Beautiful. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more space. I think what needs to happen, honestly, I think we need to do like this guy here. Let's see if I can get this block right. That block, and then oh, I'm hungry. Man, see what I mean? I'm just not eating this stuff. I know I have ramen back at the other base. That's what I should go get. I should get the ramen and get it effectively put on. Did I kill this thing? I did. Is it still connected? Okay, look at that. I think I should be able to get access to those things, but so there's this thing. So all that looks like that. We would definitely want, I kind of want to move these things up, honestly. They're pretty low, but that's okay. We don't need to move it up. I just want to. And then I think what we're going to do is this right here. We're going to do this. And then what did I say? I want this to be a left one or a right one? It's left. It's the left side. So we do that. Add wheel. We add steering. Is there a way to do that from here? I believe there is. Steering off. Brake. Off. Brake. Oop, wrong button. There you go. Do this right there. Brake off. Perfect. We don't have any hydrogen in this thing, so I really can't do the things that I would like to do. But I think we can. The reason I think this is a good idea, because look at the ability we have here now to keep this thing from doing too much damage to anything else. That. Oh, that's fine there. That's fine there. Yeah. Okay. Now we're cooking something. Something is going on here. This This little thing ain't half bad. What if we, okay. Switch lock, reverse, switch lock. Whoop, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, park and brake off. Hit the brakes, see how we do. Perfect. Okay, now obviously this thing is wonky, but I think we got good bones here. Like obviously we're going to be up on two wheels a lot, but the idea is to be able to quickly ascend places and not immediately blow up when you do something like that. So like we get this thing back on the ground, and then like I need to go let's go pick up some ramen from the other shop real quick, okay? We'll go pick up some ramen. So where is the ground zero is this direction, okay? Perfect. So we're hanging out. We're just kind of cruising along. Nice slow drive. Up too much. Come on. So ground zero is this way, right? We do that. We're kind of just slow and steady. We may just have to make this a jet bike. This may not be a rover bike at all. And then we just wop, 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 wop. This is Clyde, by the way, this is the vehicle that's going to send me to space on accident. This will be the one. And then we just parkour our way back to the base. Yes. And as long as we're slow, we're going to have to turn the steering angle down, I think, quite a bit. But nope. Perfect. Like, yeah, we're going to have to turn the steering angle down quite a bit. We're going to have to just make, you're right. This just needs to be a little jet. This needs to be a jet bike and not an actual three-wheeled monstrosity. This is pretty fun. I'll say that. It's not good, but it is fun. And there's something to be said about fun versus good. I don't know what that thing is, but something to be said about, yeah, look at this. And we're just bouncing off the top of everything. So imagine I got that thruster right there and a thruster on the bottom, and poof, we just take off everywhere. Oh, yep. There we go. Come on. It's weird how to the left this is. I thought this thing was kind of centered. I am mistaken. This thing is wonky looking. Wop. Yeah, this is... Yeah, here we go. But there, see, look at that. We're getting some air now. And then because of the way the wheel placement is, I should just be able to bounce off every single thing. Oh, this is terrible. It's fun. It's real terrible. Uh, hit the brakes. There we go. Whee! Yeah, it just immediately leaves the ground. There's just no, because the gravity is so freaking crazy light. So yeah, I think I just need to go back to making this a little jet bike. I think there's a design there. This would be kind of fun on a planet to play with and see what comes of it. But from a moon perspective, I don't think adding another buggy that can barely stay on the ground is the answer. Although I gotta say, outside of the symmetry that I've done to myself here, uh-oh. You know what? I was actually gonna look at something else too. Uh-oh, stop doing that. Okay, so if I look at this vehicle here for a second, and I think about all of the things for just a minute. I don't know how I messed the symmetry up on that. I just totally did. But if I'm looking at this the way I'm looking at it, I wonder, you know what? I just don't know. I don't know what the answer is to what I'm trying to think of, but this is not the answer. This vehicle is not the answer. This is not going to be a shipping vehicle. This just needs to be a quick runabout. Like I said, very entertaining. Look how high I can get. I'm so freaking high. But it's not a practical vehicle. Um, Fun, impractical. So now I just need to go back, add some hydrogen tanks to this thing. I think we'll be able to get this thing underway. And then I can charge it back where I built that little landing pad for it anyways. And Clyde, John also said that he typically builds his... Oh, see, this is a problem. I've now overshot the... Hit the brakes. Boop. Ooh. There we go. I can pivot on a dime. This is like a zero-turn mower, guys. Okay, let's just... Perfect. It's as if it was meant to be. All right, let's grab some food. Where's our food box at? Oh, another 50 packs. It's great. I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna just grab 2 of these ramen packs because I need food. And then we'll take this back and we'll get it. We can get this going somewhere. This is interesting. Not the right planet for it. Not the right gravity environment for this type of vehicle, but it could be fun. Could be fun. I recommend anybody give it a go. Look at that. It's all tires. It's all tires. That's what's happened here. Where's the mine? Is this way? So I should just be able to whop. Wee. Yeah, see, that's the usefulness of that, how light it is. It's definitely, from a squirrel perspective, not much safer getting to the mine, but definitely an interesting take on the squirrel's life as a vehicle. I wonder, has anybody seen or done a full moon rover only playthrough? There may be something tragically terrible about that idea. Entertaining as I'll get out, but like the negotiation, and I'm using a not so smooth voxels mod. I'm using that mod again because I like that it gets rid of the craggies, but I can't imagine what the moon is like without some level of smoothing. That's just, it's probably insane. So, entertaining once again, insane for sure. And Chad also, or not Chad, Clyde mentioned, he's like, I use the thing that quiets down the, yeah, look at this, 40 meters a second. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. Oh no! Oh no! Ugh. You can do it. Turn back over. There you go. He said that he uses the quiet the mods down. I tried using that. I don't feel like it did that much. I don't feel like it did as much as, like, it definitely doesn't do as much as quiet tools. Whoa, my bad. Oh Lord. Well, is this it? Is this when Tater escapes gravity? Nope, not yet. We're safe still. Uh, criminy. It's pretty funny. Wee monk. Um, so this has been futile. We got some mines. Let's go check on the mine. Let's go see how that's going. And then when I get back, I'll show you what I got. We'll do a time lapse on what I'm going to build on this thing next. If I don't blow it up on the way home. Look at it. It's almost so close. So close. Whoa. Hello. Ooh, that damaged that block. Look at it. I almost lost a wheel there. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you in a second. I want to get back to base. In case this takes longer than I need it to. Okay, we're back. I was going to do something there. So we've got that there. That is doing something. I also noticed, by the way, see how this has got a charge status? It has charge status. Same up here. And each one of these, their fields, their specific charge status. So that's neat. I didn't know that it was doing that. I need to get one more power core built so that we're charging it. But that is pretty cool. Beautiful. Grab this. Thank you. Get this over here. Do that. 4. Get that power core charging. See how, but like, so like that one, it should line up and say, okay, what's charging, what's not charging. All right, so really quick, we're gonna put a pin in this. I got to think about how I want this to look, and then we're gonna do something with it next time. But what I am gonna do, we're gonna do some base building really quick. We're gonna time lapse the whole thing. It's gonna be quick and painful, probably not painless. We'll see. We'll see how we get it to go. But I think what I want to do is I'm gonna add some additional storage, and then I'm gonna build this kind of out because this is just looking like things stuck out here. So let's get to it. Start that time lapse right about now. Hopefully I've got some good music choices for us. I don't honestly know. And I think we can probably turn this bad boy off right here. And yeah, let that do what it's doing. All right, here we go. All right. So here's what we got so far. Got ourselves a little bit of our storage units, our storage facility, as it were. Obviously, we got to come out some more, but I had some ideas about how we would make this sort of stick out. Um, and so from that, we're looking at where'd that block go? I've lost my block. I've lost my block. It's the generational cry. So what I was thinking, and we'll just build out the middle one first. What I was thinking is what if we did like this, where, so we would definitely need, so I guess the question really comes down to this. If we have this block, like, that's not going to work. If we have this block like this, that's definitely not going to work. So, okay, this block here, we do like that, and then we would have to do like this, which wouldn't line up with the lines. So that's, and therein lies the problem. That's what I was thinking would be a problem. So, but not a huge problem in that, like, because I could just do that, and then, nah, I don't like that though. I don't love this look right here. So then the next piece would be, what if we did, um, I was thinking sort of like we do like this, and then that lines up like that, and so that gives it gives the roof an interesting shape, without being too brutal. The problem is down here is where it looks a little wonky, but I think, if I may, we probably could go like this guy here, and this, it lines up with those roofs, but it actually, actually, hold on a second. Now we may have stumbled upon accidentally making this look okay. Um, yeah. I'm gonna weld the thing up really quick, and then we're gonna see if that looks as dumb or as cool as I hope it looks. I know I should just make a button panel with all the welders on it, but I didn't plan to have this many welders, honestly. So I'm super glad the scroll is safe where it's currently at, because that... Okay, I think that's done welding. Let's go ahead and grab all these welders off. Look at that. Okay, obviously I need to build out the rest of those side panels, but that looks pretty good. Actually, let's just go ahead and do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and knock this out really quick. Let's see how we feel about, where are we at currently? Okay. And part of me wants, come on, there we go. Get that off there, and then that brings that all the way out, and then we'll come over here and we'll make sure that we get this piece all the way out as well. We go pop, and then come down here like that, and then we're gonna need this right here, like that, and then switch back over to the gray really quick. There we go. So with that being like that, that's kind of our storage units definitely round up. Come in here, get some energy back. Turn these welders on one more time. Let's see. Should be welding fairly quick. Oh, it's done already. Perfect. Now these aren't meant to be airtight because they're storage units. So we can just push that out of our heads. But look at that. That looks pretty good, I think. I think that's got an interesting shape to it. Obviously, we've got some holes I'm going to have to fill once I pull the grinders or the welders and stuff out. But this way, it's got a neat little shape. Sort of industrial. We can make the bottom bricks darker. I think if we did like, oh, I don't know, like we come to this one here and we up, like, I wish you could, pardon me, man, sometimes I wish you could layer some textures. Like if I could get a rusty version of the corrugated metal, oh man, that would look very good. And then we'd have, and I have the welder mod, yes. And I think what would ultimately happen, I'll probably do, um, I probably would do, oh shoot, I made that wrong color. Anyways, I probably would do like some front fascia stuff. I don't think that I would do anything in particularly weird. So put that back to that color. Let's take a look. It's like I would have some fascia on this thing. Like I would probably do like half blocks. I don't know what that would look like exactly, but probably come in here and do like well, I could do this right here, which doesn't really line up. That lines up though. I could do like, so if I do like this thing right here, could do that and just give the barn some shape. That would be cool. That, I don't think we need to do more shape than that, but if we wanted to, we could also like hit it with one of these. And that way, it's got some shape. I was also thinking if we needed to have like, I think I had an idea of like making some of these sort of like it's a big open door, but man, I can't, I have for the life of me, I can't find the slant. There we go. So like we do something like that, which unfortunately, I don't think these attach to one another at all. So like I would have to, like, yeah, just it doesn't attach to that piece. It's like this piece doesn't have an attachment point, which is pretty dumb and frustrating, but that's okay. Not everything can be super cool. But yeah, I think that looks cool. I think that's going to be a neat like structure for these things. Obviously, it's not as rounded as it could be, but I think giving it some base shape, and then we're going to build this stuff out here. This is going to be pressurized. I started my airlock. Obviously, you can tell by that stuff there. Um, I think we have something like that. I do have an airlock script. I haven't messed with it at all, so I don't even want to start trying to do that. Let's see how we're doing. How close are we to cobalt? We are nowhere near cobalt, so that's good. It's lovely to know that we just aren't even getting anywhere near it. We're going to have to add a second vertical piston. I think we might actually be towards 100% too, so that's going to be a fun thing. It's going to need happening. What are we at? If we look at here, we're at step 31 of 54. So each one of those steps is a position. So down 2%, up 2%, down 2%. So that's what's happening there. That's what those steps are counting. And then you can always add additional pistons. So if I had all this gone, I could technically add a second one of those pistons, and it's provided it doesn't interfere with anything else, you can have it honestly mine forever and ever and ever and ever. I was clearly trying to get to cobalt. I don't think I did that at all. If we look in here first, eat one of those bad boys, and we look at our ores. Yeah, we don't have any amount of cobalt. So that's going to be the next focus. We're going to have to get some cobalt on board in order to get anything else done. We do have some cargo containers though. We have plenty of storage now, which is nice because that was going to become a problem at some point. That was going to just become an issue. So, you know, I'm happy to be part of this. Happy to have this thing going. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know the time lapse was kind of weird. I know we didn't get our flyer of the thing. Chad, this is, or not Chad, Clyde, this is also not a motorcycle, but it is a weird creation that I made, and I'm gonna scrap down and build up a little flyer guy. I probably, honestly, am gonna chop a bunch of stuff off and see if I can get it back onto that point so I can keep the battery. I don't know. But a little hover bike thing is probably the thing I need. I do not need to be trying to make that anything a cargo carrier. If I want to keep a compact shape, I'm gonna have to do non-cargo, is what I think. Kind of like the lifter guys that I created in that temporary thing that look kind of like mechs, similar to that. Maybe I should have just built that, but this is working out okay. I'm not too mad about it. I'm gonna hit the welders one more time, let them touch up all the stuff I got over there. Um, that's perfect. Everything's getting welded up. On that end of the things, we obviously need to place one of those over here and turn it on at some point, but we don't really need to do that right this second because I think we're kind of good to go. So that'll be for next time. All right, what do you guys want to see next? I know we did some base stuff. We did testing out this little bike thing over there. That's didn't exactly go the way we wanted to. I probably need to get the squirrel to some degree of charge or a place to charge over here. I do have this driving bay that I built intentionally to eventually get the squirrel plugged in. I don't have any connections to it, but it wouldn't be hard to route straight out of there and get this thing connected up because, you know, it's what we do. It is what we do. This has been a pretty good one, I think. I think we got some stuff done. I wanted to lay out some more of the main base, but I had to get my idea of what that looks like. Also, laying out paneling is a huge pain in the butt, in my opinion. This, like, because they're finicky in how they lay out, it's one of those things where I wish you could sort of space engineers to it, where you can creative like align grid line that stuff out. Um, but obviously, I'm not in creative mode, and this isn't Space Engineers 2 yet. So, if you guys enjoyed this, you know what to do. Like button, subscribe, comment down below. Hope everybody's doing great, and I can't wait to hear from everybody on your thoughts on everything. And yeah, I I need a screenshot actually for this round is what needs to happen. Let's see if I can't get a. Let's see if I can't turn off my lights and get that screenshot. You know what I should do? We should fly up really quick, and we're gonna summon the power of Ra for a second. Summoning the power of Ra. Light, 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 light. There's some light. Look at that. That's perfect. Go ahead and do that. Grab that screenshot and then desummon that sun right there. And then, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, you know what to do. I already said that because that's what I do. I say some things and repeat. Apparently, my brain isn't braining recently. I appreciate you guys coming along. And I will catch you later, taters. And as always, be kind and stay on, Ray. Bye.